Get it. All right, there we go. I was about to say, where am I at? Shahana, what to do? And
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. First off, how's your day? How was your day?
It's been great. How
Okay.
was yours?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I can't complain. Literally just here, doing what I love to do every single day. Help others, give some information, really uh just give back to my people, man. Give back to whoever is looking to take it, right? So a lot of people don't truly know, and this is going to continue to get out there. Words of freedom and what GLM is, right? So the meaning behind words of freedom is really just using our words to free, our people from, a certain mindset, or free our people in any way that they want to be free. You know what I'm saying? Financially, mentally, spiritually, whatever they want to be. But it's through our words, really just giving them innovation and inspiration to be great in life, right? And you already know what GLM is: grind, lead, motivate. I got it tatted on me, but you like I always tell each person that asks, you can't do one without the other. You got to grind first, then you got to follow to become that leader. Then you got to motivate the next person to become the same, not become the same person as you, but to grind over. You know what I'm saying? It's a cycle. So that's really what we're here to do, man. Really just to help people, become free and literally live out the principles of GLM. Grind, lead, and motivate every single day. So I'm actually glad to have you, Shanna. Literally. So with that being said, we can hop straight into it. But I'm gonna give them a little bit about you, who you are, from what I know personally, from what I know. But everybody that's out there watching, this is Chehannah Hayden, right? Chehannah Hayden. Honestly, I feel like we family. I got some Haydens in my family, but um, being school at ECU. What are you studying? Nursing?
Finance?
Finance. I'm like, doggone, finance. My fault. My fault. So studying finance. And you from the 336, right?
Yes.
What part? What part?
Greensboro.
Oh, you from Greensboro?
Yes.
Okay. What school did you go to?
I went to a lot of schools, but
Jesus Christ.
I went to Lincoln Middle School, Carson
Okay.
Dudley, and then I went to
Dudley.
Grimsley.
Oh, you went
Yeah,
to
I went to
Greenville.
Dudley my freshman year, and then I had transferred to Grimsley because it's school district.
Okay. Okay. So a little bit of, obviously, I went to UNCG and I taught in Greensboro and I coached high school football in Greensboro. So I know how the streets get out there. It is what it is. I know that, it's kind of a struggle. And I know that a lot of these kids, they, some of them don't make it out. And literally a lot of people don't make it out. Adults, things of that nature, they get stuck in Greensboro, especially it being a college town. It's a lot going on there and you just eventually becoming a local. So with that being said, I want to start off like what made you leave Greensboro?
I left Greensboro simply because my friend, his he recently he had got shot, and at the time it was just a really I wanted to get out of Greensboro because I was born and raised in Greensboro. I just wanted something a different environment. So then I was started applying for colleges, and I got accepted to Georgia State University, East Carolina, and Central A&T, and I just felt ECU was the greatest for me. And Greenville, here I am.
Okay. What made you choose Greenville? Like ECU Greenville, like Georgia State. Georgia State, like why not downtown Atlanta? Like what's going on?
It was expensive at the time, and I didn't get enough scholarship money from Georgia State as I did from East Carolina. So basically, East Carolina, they're paying me to come to school. I'm on scholarship, so um, that's what it was. But I came here, and it's been a great environment. They give me a lot of opportunities. So yes,
Okay. So what you graduated with like 2015, 2016? High
28.
school? So you graduated high school in 2018?
Yes,
Jesus. I graduated in 2014. Like, feel like so long ago. Was it like what's this, your senior year in college?
yes. About to graduate.
All right. But so with that right there, like I feel like I was in the same. I only applied to like three schools though. I really wasn't. um too educated and going to college. It was like football or nothing. Especially back home. Like if you ain't playing no sport, you ain't really looking to go to school. So it was kind of rough for me. And I had some, division 3, division 2 schools
Okay.
to play for. But um, I went to UNCG. But at the same time, like with your scholarships, right? Because I only had 2 scholarships. But I got a lot of financial aid, going into school. So like, how did you go about getting those scholarships?
I of course since in what I've done in high school, I was involved in high school, so I applied for FAFSA. My grades were good, so they gave me scholarship money as far as getting into the business program and different organizations I was a part of. They also gave me scholarships to go to college, and that was a part of it. And also, of course, single parent home, Pell Grant, stuff like that, was able to apply for. And yes, I was applying for everything I could get to pay for college. So, because my mom, I knew she didn't have the money, so definitely, and just worked. I worked my freshman year here at ECU at Cookout. Transferred from Greensboro to Greenville. Worked at Cookout. Was working 5 p.m. was until 4 a.m. They closed. And then I had class at 8 a.m. my freshman year. I took 18 credit hours, and because I thought working in high school, working in college was the same thing, and it's not. So,
No,
but I
it
did
ain't.
that to get my money that I needed, stuff like that.
So you worked at Cookout in Greensboro, right?
Yes, I worked on Randleman Road,
Random.
sometimes Gate City.
Okay.
um,
So that was up to 2018, right?
yes, I worked there since I was 15. So I
Damn.
worked there from 2015 to 2018.
Okay. So it's like, all right, and you work weekends, you work during the week. What you do?
I did week. I worked during the week sometimes, and worked in high. Worked on the weekends. Um, because I was doing the same thing. I was working 5 p.m. to 4 a.m. while in high school. Had class, 8, stuff
Five to
like that.
four? Jeez. Ooh.
It was illegal, but that's what they were doing. That's what
Legal
they
as
were
hell.
doing. And I
That
didn't
ain't
know
that
that
ain't
at the
that ain't
time that
okay.
they couldn't do that. But
So
yeah,
I'm gonna be transparent. You probably have seen me come through the drive-through drunk as hell sometimes. Like I ain't gonna.
I've
College,
seen a lot of people.
I'm telling you, college, we was going to Cookout left and right after the
I've seen a
club
lot of
over with.
things.
All that we in there deep, literally.
Yes.
But I mean, I feel like personally, and like I said, I know you a little bit, but I'm still getting to know you a little bit more. But I feel like with you working, while in high school and working those long hours, I feel like that's really where you got your grind from. Is that true? Or where you get your grind from?
Yes, definitely. Also, just seeing my mom. She had multiple jobs. She was a CNA, and just seeing her get it, because it was just us. Like, we don't have much family, so it was just always been us. So we just always, we had no choice. Like, it was no option to not figure out how we gonna pay the bills. Oh, somebody gonna help us? Like, it was just always like, okay, this didn't work out. What else can we do? So that's just, I get, yeah. I always had to. It was no option.
Okay. Oh,
Or
so we do have something in common. My mom, she's still a CNA.
same.
Yeah, so my mom's still a CNA. You already know, like it ain't no pay. So it's like, looking at your mom working as a CNA, like, how does that make you feel?
Definitely, it made me feel like I gotta go hard in whatever
Yeah.
I do. Like, I have to be better so I can take care of her. So
And what do you mean by that? Like be better. So it's like so for the some people that don't know what CNA is what certified nurse aide. Um
yes,
and literally they wiping old people booty. Like that's really what it is. That's really what it is.
Mhm.
But I mean, it can be in different ways in a nursing home or in a hospital. But they're needed. They're needed. My mom's what do you call them? Just people she served. They love her to death, and she's good at what she does. But at the same time, it's like they can't do it forever. You know what I'm saying? And it's like just watching our mothers grind every single day, and that's just and I feel like that's the generation that they just gonna do whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying, to make sure that kids are
Yeah.
straight and things of that nature. So it's like, what are you doing now to really put or like you said, put your mom in a better position? Like, what do you feel like you are doing at this point, at this moment?
So like I said, and coming to college, like it just changed everything. Because just being taking advantage of all opportunities. So I joined a fraternity, Alpha Kappa Psi, and that's how I actually met Thomas. We were
Okay.
pledging together, and I would see him trade and everything. And then Kalaya, they also came to ECU, and Rich Nas and everybody. And I went to, I was like, I gotta learn this. I want to do this. Nobody told me, but it would just look cool. And then I found out he was in it too. So I just really wanted to get into it. And I got into it, but I wasn't really in it like I am now. But that's really what got me. Just like I said, I was deeply involved on campus. Because I really knew I had to network in college if I really wanted to get somewhere. So, joining the fraternities, joining the sororities, I was able to start my own organization, just to really, like I said, just go hard. Whatever I needed money, so forex, I can make money off my phone. I was like, I need to learn this. So, that's what really got me into this, but it's also been a challenge. So, but yeah, that's basically what I was able to do.
Okay. So before we dive into like trading and forex and things like that, because everybody know we big on that, but um literally one thing that you said was more so like when you was in a fraternity in college, AK Psi, because that's a business fraternity, right?
Yes.
Right. So it's like, what made you do that? What made you, pledge AK Psi?
My friend Arlissa, she had told me about it, um, and referred me to the fraternity. I've never really knew what that was, fraternity stuff. So I really wanted to see about it. I went to the meeting and everything, did my interview, and got accepted. So, and then I went through the process and everything, and um, it was fun. It definitely, we went to Las Vegas and everything. But as far as making me wanted to do it, it was just, I always felt like I had to do everything. So, um, just wanted to join every organization that I thought would help me get where I need to go when I graduate and make a lot of money.
Okay. So what did you take away? Like I know a little bit because they was basically telling me to do it while I was in college. But I was like, man, look, I'm already the bros. I ain't doing that. That's too much. You know what I'm saying? But like I feel like what they help you like do like resumes, cover letters, like just business wise and like how to really just preparing you for going out there and getting a good job, right?
Yes, so we actually went to a conference in Las Vegas, and I was able to network with people in Las Vegas. Um, I was able to study abroad here at ECU. Went to Europe, so I studied abroad with somebody who lived in Las Vegas. So I met up with her when I went. She she has money, so we rode around in her
So what she got money.
BMW in Las Vegas. So I was just like,
Lit.
oh, this is this is fun. This is an Alpha Kappa Psi doing. So yeah, that was definitely, it's just brought me in contact with a lot of people that I didn't think I would be in contact with. Um,
Facts. Facts. I feel like joining fraternities and sororities and things of that nature is like the biggest thing is networking. So
Yeah.
it's like with that being said, like the network is so big because you can find somebody, wherever, like wherever they at. Like somebody's gonna be the AK side, Alpha Kappa Alpha, and myself, Omega Psi Phi. So it's like you're gonna see somebody that's either, it doesn't matter where they're at in their life. They can be just starting out, or maybe struggling, or they may be well off, but you're gonna find somebody that you can truly bond with, build with, and they may be able to help you in the long run, man. So it's like so how do you feel about the networking process through fraternities, sororities? Like, what has that helped you with so far?
It's helped me in a lot of ways as far as especially maybe having a secure job when I graduate and stuff like that. It's also helped me just get to know other people's perspective on, a career. And it's definitely with the pandemic and everything, we haven't been able to do a lot. So, but in my sophomore year, it definitely helped. I was just amazed by everything. Like, oh, he works this, he does this, and I was just amazed at what they were able to do with their careers, um, and potentially seeing what I could do with mine, with finance.
Okay. So, all right, this is always the question that people ask. Is your daughter gonna be an AKA?
Oh yes, if she wants to.
Oh, okay. I was to say you gonna make her? You gonna make her be an AKA?
um, no, if she doesn't want to, then she doesn't have to.
What
But
what if she want to be a Delta?
oh no, 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 no.
So, for some of the just really talking to the youth and really reaching back to the people that's coming up behind us as individuals. So what do you feel like? Let's do like three. Let's do like three. I'll do three too. Let's do like three perks about joining a sorority or fraternity, and how can it help them in the long run.
So I would say definitely learning how to work with other people, especially with other women, and just also going from that to building being in a sisterhood with them, and just being able to uplift each other, when you don't feel like you can uplift yourself. That's definitely because it's going to be times in life where you don't feel like getting up in the morning. So you got to figure out, but you got to get up. So I just definitely feel like a sorority helps you get through those days, and figuring out how to go from that to being the best version at the end of the day of yourself. Um, and just being able to reach out to somebody who probably is going through the same thing, and just having somebody on your side, definitely. And like I said, just being able to reach out to them if you do, you know, have a business you want to get into. You're able to have a whole sisterhood behind you, support you. Like even with my lashes this week, like I did at least 10 people lashes from my line sister. Like that's half my clientele. So definitely with that, and also just being able to have a wide end of opportunities in front of you, stuff like that. So
And I'm gonna get into that too because a lot of people like don't understand you as an entrepreneur. Like, well, I say self-employed or something like whatever. But before get into trading. But yeah, so on my part, the three things I feel like, obviously coming to a fraternity or a sorority, obviously the number one thing is networking. That's just college, period.
yeah.
So the biggest thing is just networking, like really just meeting different individuals and just building with them. At the end of the day, getting to know people, digging in each other's brains, and really just seeing, okay, look, how can I help you here, or how can this person help me, or literally, and having like these older chapter members, or just fraternity members that's settled in life, that may be able to put you in a position, like you said, get a good job when you graduate. And that was my first thing. Like when I graduated college, I probably put in well over 100 applications. I ain't get no call back. I had to literally call on the bros and be like, "Look, man, I just need some help. What can I do?"
Mm-hmm.
And I got my first job just by being put on. The app applying process was terrible. But on top of that, it's really just um learning the brotherhood at the end of the day. Like I feel like personally, obviously I grew up with brothers and things of that nature, but it was just really no like having that security to lean on one another. That's another thing, trusting. We had to trust each other. Like, Sheridan, all my line brothers, like them my dogs, them my brothers, like for life. And it's like it really taught me how to trust some other people. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have that growing up. You know what I'm saying? And also, women, I say, we do have a stipulation of what I want to say. What is the word? What's the word? Doggone
Y'all cues.
not that's what I'm saying. The stereotype, right? So the
Yeah.
stereotype of like, Q's not really respecting women, but it's like, yo, like nah, like eventually you'll get to the point where um because in college you just wild, free, living. But it's like,
Mm.
nah, it's like you really, we protecting the women, you know what I'm saying? Especially like just being that man for our women at the same time and using our manhood and really just using our leadership at the end of the day to, one, uplift one another, like each brother, but at the same time uplifting our friends, our families, and especially our wives and our children. And that's why I'm living the way I'm living now, because I truly want to uplift my community, and that's what we about, man. And that was even before I came into the frat, but like now I'm just using my platform and using my voice and other people's voices to be able to uplift others, you know. So
That's
that's
good.
so that's the thing, man. I'm glad that you're doing the same thing, um, honestly and truthfully.
Yes.
But you said something about lashes though. So Shahana was already an entrepreneur before she started it, and I don't want to say investing, but like trading her own currencies. So like tell us about lashes. Like tell us about that. What got you to start doing lashes, or just really just go out on a limb and start doing something that was gonna, help you make some money on the side.
Yes, so in college, I was always getting lashes. I was working at Cookout, so I had money to get my lashes done. So I always was getting lashes, and the girl who was doing my lashes, she was doing lash classes. So I definitely wanted to just have a skill set under my hand that I could just go to and just make money. Because somebody always needs their lashes done. So that's my thought process behind it. So I really got into lashes. I reached out to people in my fraternity, Alpha Kappa Psi, let me do your lashes. So I had my first 10 people free. And I after that, like a lot of people wanted me to do their lashes. So um, then I learned volume and all that stuff and how to diversify like lashes, really try to take off with that. And then that's when I really quit Cookout and just did lashes full time and went to school, and because I was making enough, and that's really what lashes has done for me. But I really definitely want to potentially get my own salon with it. Um, with this, after I started trading and everything, definitely want to use this as a vehicle to do that. So yes.
Okay. So you was doing lashes while in college, right?
Yes. I've been doing it
So
since my sophomore year.
okay. So how did you really like what I want to say balance the time between school and doing lashes?
Um, I basically just I could make my own schedule. So, college we have a lot of free time anyway.
Yeah.
So, was definitely just managing my time to where I really had to get into time management to where I could still just base my schedule around my classes and just was able to capitalize off my time management with that. So just really scheduling out my day.
Okay. So, what advice would you give to somebody that's like either in college or struggling with time? Because you say you schedule out your day, so obviously you good with organization, and scheduling things of that nature. So it's like, what advice would you give to somebody that's struggling to make that time for extra things? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of people in this world, um they literally they want to do more, but they just always say that, like, I ain't really got the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we only got 24 hours in a day, and they just don't have the time to do something more, or
Mhm.
put themselves ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So I learned, like, ever since I would start scheduling out my day, I just really had to really look myself in the mirror and be like, okay, like, what you doing? Like, what you about to do with your time? Like, you can't just be sitting around. You know how to do lashes, and you got homework to do. So I really had to, like my time management was my life management. I was like, and I learned through my fraternity and everything that how you do one thing is how you do everything. So I really had to tap into that and getting some motivation, start getting some motivation, stuff like that, personal development, to really just get get more creative with how I wanted to time manage myself and stuff like that. So
Okay. Because I say that's one thing I struggle with was time. Like, but I always made it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if
right.
it was half assed, I go to class and I cheat or do something. I make it work. I was partying, I was doing, but I was working. That's one thing I was doing. I was working. I had like 4 jobs in college, but I was making it happen. I was going to
Wow.
I was going to work hungover, literally worked at UPS going in at like 1, 2 a.m. Sliz, sliz, leaving the house party. Like, look, bro, I gotta go to work. And it was just, I mean, and it's just like with that, a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people just go through getting by, like literally finessing. And I feel like in life you can't really finesse too often. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You can't finesse life. You can finesse school.
it's gonna catch up
You
to
know what I'm saying?
you.
And it caught up to me. I'll be real. It caught up to me. Real, real, you know what I'm saying? But that was one of the things with me, man. It's just like coming from what we come, because you said one of your homeboys got killed, or a guy got killed. That's really what made you get out of Greensboro. And I had similar stories. Like, all of my best friends, like the people I grew up with, either dead or in jail. Outside of my friends that I played sports with, things of that nature. But like my neighborhood friends, like I got one doing 14 years. I got another one about to finish his 9-year bid. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally went in when I was going off to college, like about to go off to college. Um, and it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could have been me at the end of the day. So it's like that's really why I left Asheville, North Carolina. It just ain't nothing there. Ain't nothing there for me. And
Right.
um, so how do you feel about, with the things you've done, like really going back into your community and really, helping them and just raising awareness of there's more out there. You know what I'm saying? Because with that being said, like, you're not what you've been through.
Mm.
So how are you looking to raise awareness back home?
I just think, like, a lot of people knew me, knew my situation at the time. Like, I used to live with my friends sometimes because they just knew, like, my mom, she wasn't stable sometimes. Like, we would stay in hotels and stuff like that. So I had, like, can I stay with you? Like, stuff like that. So we we went through that. So people knew, my situation. So I think in them seeing just me progress, taking advantage of all the opportunities that I could, really, that's just showing them, like, just me showing them, took advantage of this opportunity, and just not, using it as excuse to to just stay where I was, like just stuff like that, like and I just surrounded myself with people who are doing better than me. Like I was living with my friend, and she was in the band in high school and all this stuff, and she was like I just loved her, like, and everything. She spoke Spanish and everything, but she was still living in the hood. Like we was like sisters doing hair out the house, stuff like that, and like that's who I wanted to be around. So I asked her, like, could I stay with you and stuff like that, and we were living together. We used to take the bus to volunteer because we wanted to get our service learning degree in high school, because we were like, oh yeah, we about to do this to get into a good college, like, because that's just, we were on our same mindset, but we just weren't. I knew that we were both, didn't have it like that, but we both weren't letting that um stop us from anything that we wanted. So just surrounding myself with people like that, strong minded people like that. So that's just really what helped me. And it's just showing people that, like, she calls me today, be like, I'm so proud of you. Like, and that just means so much. So, because we both know, like, what we've been through.
Facts. And it's like, with this right here, like I said before, I didn't really know your story, but it's just like you can just read that on people. Everybody has a story. Like,
Mm,
what they say, his story and her story.
yes.
Everyone has a story, and I feel like that's what life is about. Because, as you go through life, you may not you may look at, well, a lot of people may look at where they're at now and they're like, yeah, I can't inspire nobody because I haven't really done anything. But it's like you look back on your life, you literally have went through a lot. A lot of people forget that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Growing up, there's somebody in your shoes right now. So it's like these things that you're sharing is for, you know what I'm saying? It's for them. That's why I say, like, words to freedom. How can we free the young before they even know? How can we free them? We needed this. That's why we doing this. And that's why I said, um, we are not what we've been through. That's what I want people to understand. I think that's gonna be the what this is gonna be surrounded around. So it's like, um, how do you feel about that? Like literally understanding, what you've been through. Um, do you feel like you are more than that now?
Oh, definitely. I went from living with my friends, now I'm in a two-bedroom apartment by myself in college. Like, I just definitely just, like, I just see myself just accomplishing everything I want. So, and just using, I'm glad I went through what I went through. Like, that's how successful I want to think about myself, because it's just like, I'm glad I went through so I can just use that as like whatever to do better. Like, that just makes sense to me. Just to use whatever that didn't work out and figure out how ways to make it work out. And that's just creates your story. So definitely um, believe in that. Just not being just like, you gonna go through things, but don't let that define you. What defines you is how you get through those things. Um, So yeah, it's just having that kind of mindset through things, and definitely just surrounding yourself by people. Like, I definitely enjoying this opportunity, like the Zoom calls, like, helped me through a lot. Like, just seeing Carl, Kalaya, just seeing their mindset, and in you and Sheridan and Destiny, Gaddis, everybody in this opportunity, like that, just hearing their story is just like, okay, and just being surrounded by that, I can do that too. So that's just about the business, but it's just helped me a lot.
How have I helped you?
um just seeing your perseverance as a person, like, and how you just always positive. Definitely helps, and you just seeing, you progress as a person, definitely, and just not letting things, define you. You just constantly finding different ways to uplift somebody, definitely, and just uplifting the people around you. Just seeing you move like that, especially in Miami, that was awesome. It was
What do you mean? What happened in Miami?
just how it was just fun, in the truck and going to all the events and just seeing the team, stuff like that.
I mean, look, man. Like I said, what I do is like any way I can help, motivation, inspiration, even just lending a helping hand. That's I mean, that's sometimes it can't just be money at the
Yes.
end of the day. And that's the biggest thing is like it's the mindset. If I can help you in some way to help you keep going and just not give up, not quit, my job is done. You ain't got to give money all the time, you know. So
Right.
with that being said, like what is something like knowing what you know now, what would you say to the younger Shahana?
um what would I say to the younger Shahana? I would say that um you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to, for real, because I used to just say that just to say it because it sounds nice, but really, like, you can really put your mind to whatever you put your mind to, and everything is temporary, um and stuff like that. Yeah, I would say that, really.
Okay, because I mean that is true. Like, um, and it's just more so to a deeper understanding of like you are literally what you think about,
Yes.
and that's from reading. That's I didn't read growing up, so it's like I feel so accomplished that I'm like reading now. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Mm.
It's a crazy thing. Um, that's why it's so much knowledge in these books, and we just don't read them.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. But yeah, so bet. So with that being said, I want to start implementing this. I want to give a quote and just tell it, just tell me what you think about it, right?
Okay.
So I got a quote by Warren Buffett. It says, "It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently." So what do you take away from that?
I take away, definitely, um just it takes a long time in building, your empire, whatever you want to call it. Um and it can really be taken away by just getting distracted by something that's not in alignment with what your vision was. I know a lot of people, they let the outside world, or what they can't see, get in sight of what they see in their mind, or their vision. So, and they just let that get in the way of what they had in their mind or what they was going to accomplish. They can't really see it right now, so they just get, they let the things get to them, and it just ruins what, God probably had, um, vision for you, but you just let the outside world, affect that.
Okay. Okay. So yeah. So with that, like, just to really to piggyback off what you're saying is, um, absolutely, because it takes a lot of time to really build up like who Shahana is, or whoever's out there, whoever you are. It takes a lot of time for you to be, to build up that reputation. If that's a good reputation, it's a bad reputation. It doesn't matter. It takes time to make that reputation, especially a good one. That's the hardest thing to come by. And literally letting people get into your mind, letting people just get in your ear, like can really like mess up your reputation because now you're doing something different. Now you're not living by your morals. Now you're not
Right.
living by, you
And
know,
everybody can tell you. acting different.
Man, I'm telling you, like it's crazy. It's crazy out here because people like, yo, like, because it's like, there's a difference when you like when you growing, you like, okay, like, all right,
Hmm.
you doing something good. Or people like, some people maybe like you changing, but it's like, nah, I'm changing for the better. But sometimes it's like, nah, you don't know what you got going on. This ain't the norm. This ain't Shahana now. What's going on with you?
Yes.
So
Yeah, I
what I
definitely like people like to follow people who know where they're going.
facts.
And you acting like you don't know where you're going, people are not gonna, try to tap in with what you got going on. So
Exactly. And what I personally took away from it, it's like more so understanding that through consistency, that's how you build your reputation.
yes.
So so by tearing that down, it only takes a couple seconds. That's why I said, like, me personally, I'm not gonna miss an episode. I'm gonna make sure that people get this wisdom every single week. And then it's gonna get to a point where you may hear it multiple times a week. You know what I'm saying? Because the more
Mhm.
you become consistent, the bigger your reputation becomes. And as soon as you break that consistency, or you break that type of habit, whatever you do, it comes crashing down because now you unreliable. Um, and people just like, damn, like what happened to them? I don't want to be that person where people got to be like, oh, what happened to them? You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And with that being said, like our reputation is like measured in our decision making. So if we making good decisions, well, I always try to make I ain't gonna say always, yeah, I always try to make the right decisions because as soon as you make a wrong one, like literally another time, you can just bring down your reputation. Just
Yeah.
continue to do right. Continue to do right. Because and also keeping up your appearance. That's one thing I tell you personally, like, and not just you, but everybody out there. Keep your appearance to high standards because people are watching you. You know, I feel like a lot of people are watching me, and there may be some that's watching, waiting for us to fall, like literally waiting for us to fail. But at the same time, it's like even if we fail, that's just a lesson. We're not gonna fall though. So um, so just continue to be you at the end of the day. But on top of that, I'm gonna let you ask one question, any question, and I have to answer.
Okay. What has been the most? What was? I know you said in college you had a hard time handling with time and all that stuff. So what was that moment where you had to like get look yourself in the mirror and be like, okay, I need to start building my empire, start um, doing what I need to do for my last name. So what made you?
Um, I'm gonna be honest, that was recently, like,
Mm,
cause it's like it became times where I was just like, I gotta do it, I gotta do it, I gotta do it. It's like I just kept putting it off, and I'm a procrastinator like hell. And it's like you can't keep doing that because it's like, and I'm still struggling with it now, but it's like it came to a point. It's like, yo, Stormy, you got a brand to build. You got something to you have to leave something behind because it's either we gonna get it out like you gonna get it out the mud, or you gonna force your kids to get out the mud.
mm, yes.
Hey, damn, am I gonna literally sit my ass down and not do anything and make my kids get right, or am I gonna get them right, but not make it too easy for them, but get them right to a point where they got a head start in life? Because we didn't have the head start, and
Right.
that's why another reason this is beneficial because a lot of us don't have the head start. Some people do though. Some people do. Um, so
And
that
they still struggling.
right. So that moment that happened for me was really like understanding um new things in life, investing or trading. This was something new to me. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like know that it takes patience. And I didn't think on that. I can literally work my tail off for the next 10 years to put me where I want to be. Instead of, thinking like, oh, in 1 or 2 years, I'm gonna be multi-millionaire and my family gonna be forever good. Nah, it's a
Mm,
long-term thing. It's like one thing I would change, one thing I would change that really help, like, really to answer your question on top of the being organized and being scheduled, having the time. I would have never quit my job. I would have never quit my job when I did.
yeah.
It was just the fact is, like, yeah, it's going out on that limb and like going out on that faith. Still have faith, strong faith, but at the same time, it's like, yo, like I could still manage my time. Like, if I would have just put my mind to it, I could have still managed my time because like
Yeah.
that doing that made me look at it like, yo, Stormy, you can manage your time. You can manage your time wisely. Because I literally map out my days now. It's like I could have done that.
Right. I feel like a lot of people fall into other people managing their time for them, and they
Hmm.
get into the emotions of life, get in emotions of their job,
Hmm.
what is in front of them, rather than holding themselves accountable for what they can do on themselves. And that's, starting a business, you know, stuff like that. So,
Nah, facts, and that's the biggest thing. Like, um, with letting people manage your time, like you gotta understand, 9 to 5. Somebody is managing your time. There, you gotta build their empire, but at the same time, like when you get off work, outside of all the other things that you got going on, build your own empire. Map out your schedule. If you need
yeah.
to go to sleep a little bit earlier to get up earlier, or you need to go to sleep a little bit later, you know what I'm saying? Do that. But, you know, you gotta have that mindset. You gotta have that grind. You gotta have that grit at the end of the day. And that's just it. Like,
Yeah.
that's really what showed me like I gotta get my stuff together because I don't want my wife having to struggle. I don't want my wife having to be the breadwinner. Like, my
Right.
kids.
Like, I look at all the temporary, all the late nights, everything, staying up. It's temporary
Hmm.
for, I don't have to, wake up. I can wake up when I want to. So, because I have my money, my business is going for me. So, definitely see it like that. And that's just, seeing what you can't see, having that faith, um, and, what you want to do. You have to just believe in it so strong that you're not going to let nothing, get in the way. So,
Facts. That's the number one thing. Don't let anything get in the way because you got it. You got it.
right.
And Invictus, you gotta understand. You the master of your fate, captain of your soul. You gotta take um steer of your ship. So
For real.
whatever you gotta do that. Period. You gotta understand, like if that's something I always tell people, if you gotta, if you truly want to take that road of entrepreneurship and just cold turkey, quit your job, you better be going as fast as possible. You know what I'm saying? You
right.
better be hitting the ground running. But if you know that you're gonna tiptoe, yo, hold on to that job until your part time become your full time. You know what I'm saying? And do the things that you need to do at the end of the day. So and that's just the number one thing, man. Like I said, me and you, Shahana, and not just you, the thousands, millions of other people out there. We are not, we are not, we are products of our environment, but we don't let our environment keep us down.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So you can say it with me. Like, I'm not what I've been through.
I'm not what I've been through at all.
And that's it. Like, literally, like I said, that's it right there. We are not what we've been through. To reiterate, GLM, grind, lead, motivate. You got to stay grinding every single day. With like, success comes from putting in the work. You got to put the groundwork in, even when you have faith. So, grinding as hard as you can every single day. And that leads you to, being that leader because you put the groundwork in, you put the time in, you put the effort in. Now you're a leader. Then outside of that, now you are motivating the next person to do the same thing. Just from your words right now, you are motivating the next individual, the next Shahana. the next young lady from Greensboro, North Carolina, or wherever else to be like you or better. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
your words will free the next person. Your words will free the next queen. Your words will free our youth, the next generation. All right. So I appreciate you, Hannah, just getting up here and sharing your story, literally. So any words you want to give to the crowd? Anything? Talk to us.
No, I just thank you for having me. For everything that you do. Definitely look up to you. You're also, big inspiration. So I'm sure a lot of people, and around you, watching you on your journey. So definitely thank you for letting me be a part of that. Um, and I'm excited to see everything ahead.
Let's get it. All right. So appreciate you, Hannah. We out. Jill into the moon. Words to freedom. We're gonna free the next generation of those shackles. All right. Love you, girl. Peace.
Yes, thank you.